How come some insects are able to walk on the surface of a pond, but you quickly sink to the bottom when you try to walk on water? And why do lakes freeze from the top down in winter? In a word, the answer to all of these questions is polarity.
There are a lot of examples of things that are polar. Here are just a few. We have a battery, a magnet, and the poles of the Earth, which are the magnetic poles.
So a battery is another example of something that would be considered polar because we have a positive end, or a positive terminal, and a negative end. So we can see that separation of charges where most of your electrons would be hanging out over here, which would cause a negative end. Determining the polarity of a molecule, you're looking at the shape of the molecule and seeing if there's a separation of charges. So with these ones where we have a flat plane, we're looking at all the outside charges where you would see your normal poles. These would all be considered a positive charge, so there's no separation, so these would be considered nonpolar. When looking for polar molecules, we have two that would be considered polar because we have a negative pole or a negative side of the molecule and a positive side. Same goes for this one. This one would be like a trigonal pyramid. And so we have our lone pair on top, so if you look at it this way, you would be able to see the negative side, which would be the top, and the positive side, which would be the bottom. So this would be considered polar. So with this one, we also are looking at the shape, where we notice that all of the outside molecules are the same. And so we have our positive charge on the outside, and as we're looking over it, we also notice that because there's no real negative side, as you would say, because all the outside surrounding the pyramid is considered partial positive charge. So with this one, it would be considered nonpolar as well as these ones that are all in the same, where the charge is all in the same plane.